When you think of the fifth nakshatra of Mrigashira in terms of totems and instincts, think of a young child, one who's just started to walk, one who is curious about parents, asking all kinds of questions. They're full of 20 questions. They're never satisfied with their curiosity. Mrigashira is a very curious nakshatra. A gentle, curious nature of a child. That's this nakshatra. Okay? So let's examine the hen as well as the cobra, which symbolify this, and what instincts are developing in Mrigashira Nakshatra. Let's get into it. Before we get into the nakshatra, let us examine what the instinct houses mean in Vedic astrology. What could it be? It's marked over there, number 1, house number 1, house number 4, house number 5, house number 8, and house number 12 as marked there. You should check the planets or the lords of the houses and which nakshatra they reside in to get the instinctual level of things, because we are only working with instinct and totems in this series here for every nakshatra. So the first house or the ascendant represents the head, the self, one's personality, physical body, thinking process, intuition and logic, self-identity and expression. The fourth house is associated with the heart center, home, family, emotional contentment, homeland, local community. It can provide information about a person's instinctual need for security, comfort, and their home surroundings and relationship to all these areas of life. That's house number 4. Look at how house number 1 and 4 become very instinctual. Okay? Maybe you never thought of that. House number 5 is associated with the navel chakra, the belly button, the creative intelligence, the self-expression as identity, your courtship behaviors in romance and such, learning and intelligence and intellectual bent of mind. Where does your mind go? That's house number 5, creative intelligence. It also means children and therefore instinctual parenting attributes. It also means past life karma. House number 8 is associated with the root chakra, the sexual center. Your innate sense of security. What does it mean to be secure for you? Are you feeling secure or insecure? House number 8 will tell the story. Handling of changes of life. Everybody's life has changes as they go through it, right? How do you handle those changes is the attributes of the 8th life instinct. It also means hidden truths. It also dictates the type as well as the intensity and instincts regarding your copulatory experiences. What does it mean, copulatory experiences? How do you deal with sex? What does it mean to have sex with another person for you individually? How do you experience it? That's 8th house matter. That's also, like you very well know, it's all instinct based. So the Lord of the 8th and the Lord of the 8th nakshatra, for example, if you see that, that will dictate the instinct level. House number 12 is next. House number 12 is associated with subconscious mind psychology. Your dream time, what do you dream? Your hidden desires, exploration of the psychic and the hidden realms. That's 12th house. Last one, the moon placement house. Where is the moon placed in your chart? It may be placed in any one of these houses, 1, 4, 5, 8, and 12. Or it may be placed as the lord of one of these in some other houses. It doesn't matter where the moon is placed, but the moon's nakshatra is vital to consider when you talk about instinct, especially emotional instinct and reactivity of a person. Okay? Now let's get into nakshatras. So there's Mrigashira Nakshatra. Let's investigate the totems and the instinct level of this nakshatra. Temperament is Dev, so it is always seeking higher knowledge in some form of fashion. Drive is Sthiti, it wants to preserve something. And Mrigashira, Mars ruled nakshatra, falls half in Taurus, half in Gemini. So it's a transitioning one from earth to air kind of energy. Life lesson seems to be finding core commitment which resonates deeply to work with. So whenever you think Mrigashira, think like a young child, inquisitive young child. Comes in the sign of Gemini, more or less, from Taurus. But it's an infantile kind of energy, curiosity. It is symbolized by a hen on the bird side and a cobra or a snake on the animal side. So let's see what the instincts of a hen is. Brooding and nesting. So it is a very domesticated sort of creature. Yes. Hens have a strong instinct for nesting, incubating eggs, and caring for their chicks. Very motherly, domesticated, softer kind. Foraging and scratching. Hens have an instinctual behavior of foraging for insects, seeds, and small plants. Social flock behavior. Hens are naturally social birds, often forming flocks or small groups for protection and companionship. Egg laying. Hens exhibit natural instinct to lay eggs, yes. Clucking and vocalization, yes, to communicate with other members of the flock. To signal presence of food or protect their chicks. So think in terms of bird, in terms of mind, think like a hen when you think of Mrigashira. Softer, domesticated, more or less living a quieter home life. Okay? Mind is still developing. I think of instincts in animals and birds in nakshatras more like birds for mind, animals for our animal instinct, so to speak. Mating instinct, nesting instincts, the way we hunt for food, that is the animal. Cobra, on the other side, is a venomous predator with a natural instinct to use the venom to immobilize or kill prey. Solitary behavior, so there is a solitary side to Mrigashira, you might say. Solitary reptiles, reptilian instinct is strong when one is an infant. Ambush predators. Cobra are instinctual ambush predators relying on stealth. So there is the element of stealth once again when it comes to Cobra. Hooding, they kind of develop a hood as a threat to their enemies when they feel threatened. So it's like a child responding to any perceived threat. Thermoregulation, they are able to regulate their body temperature. So this is on the instinct animal purely. Now let's see the totem side. When you consider the instinct side of the hen over there, nurturing in motherhood, this totem meaning emphasizes the importance of caring and protection of family and loved ones. Once again, there is the infant energy which needs to be protected, which needs to be cared for. That's the symbol. So if this totem keeps appearing and you have a dominant Mrigashira, it's time to shield yourself. It's time to cocoon yourself within the nurturing, caring, protective energy of a family, of a home. Simplicity and home life. Their totem may represent significance of maintaining a balanced and harmonious home life. Fertility and abundance. Their totem can symbolize potential for growth, creativity, and prosperity. So there's one more clue there. Mrigashira is a creative nakshatra. If this totem is appearing and you have a dominance of Mrigashira, then it symbolifies you might be a creative person wanting to germinate. Infantile nature. Think infant. Not as in babe in arms, but a young infant who's just able to walk about with curiosity, asking questions about everything. Community and social bonds. Their totem can represent the value of community, cooperation, and the need for interconnectedness with others. Big one, isn't it? On the Cobra side of things, transformation and rebirth. Once again, snake symbol is the symbol of transformation because they are able to shed their skin from time to time and move into new skin all over the body, meaning they are able to rejuvenate their complete body and being. Cobras are often associated with transformation and rebirth due to their ability to shed their skin. So therefore, this totem meaning symbolizes opportunity for personal growth, shedding of old habits and embracing change, new way of being, power and energy. So they're powerful, energetic creatures, cobras. The totem represents personal power, vitality of a young child, and the ability to harness one's energy to overcome challenges. See, cobras are symbolified in many nakshatras in Vedic astrology, but you got to evaluate with respect to age here. I would suggest be careful about that. Mystery and hidden knowledge. Cobras are seen as creatures of mystery and of hidden knowledge. So sometimes the young child will try to bring in their own innate knowledge, which they have just arrived on this earth from the other side, and they may say curious things, like I see an angel, or I see a figure, or I see something. Their totem may encourage individuals to explore the mysterious side of life and seek deeper meanings. Balance and dualities. Cobra are often depicted with hooded displays, symbolizing the balance between opposing forces and all duality. Their totem can represent importance of finding harmony and equilibrium in life. So just to wrap up, think of Rajas fixed female in Taurus, where first two padas fall, the next two is Rajas dual and male. So you might say this is a balance of male and female energies, like an infant, and they are constantly curious. They seek wisdom, and they might also think in terms of trade and commerce. Give me 2 chocolates and I will tell you the truth. You know how children bargain, right? Think of that kind of an energy. I'll see you in the next one, 6th one, Adra Nakshatra, Instincts and Totems. Meanwhile, take care, be safe.